Welcome to the KNEO Community Connection, where we keep our finger on the pulse of what's coming up in the 4 states, telling you about upcoming events you don't want to miss, organizations in our area doing great work, and conversations with the dynamic citizens who are making it all happen. I'm your host, Luke Taylor, and this is a production of KNEO Radio in Neosho, Missouri, and the Sky High Podcast Network. This week, I have 3 conversations to share with you, especially if you're a local parent. You're going to want to make sure you listen today. We're going to be talking with a local CPA and also Republican County Chair Nick Myers about the free watermelon feed. That's an annual event that comes up each year in Neosho. We also have a discussion with Tiffany Jordon, who's organized a children's business fair in Goodman for this weekend. And so if you're a parent, especially a parent of kids ages 8 through 18, this is an event that you're going to want to learn more about. But first, we have a quick introduction to the man who will be watching over Neosho's kids this next school year, the new chief of police for Neosho School District. His name is Ryan West, and we thought we'd give you a chance to learn a little bit about him today. Hey, Ryan, thanks for jumping on the phone to chat with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me, sir.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself. I'm sure parents out there would want to get to know you a little bit.
Sure, absolutely. I'm a lifelong resident of the Neosho area, grew up in Joplin. I've been a police officer for 25 years. I retired from the Joplin Police Department as a captain in 2019 and came down to Neosho School District to work as their security director.
Okay. Yeah, so you've had a pretty good career then in law enforcement and helping keep our community safe already. And so this position, though, with the schools, this is kind of a new thing that they're doing for this year. And can you tell us a little bit about that and why they wanted to create that position?
Absolutely. There's kind of an industry trend right now in public schools, especially in the state, to form their own police department. Blue Springs was the first one in Missouri to do it. Since then, there have been several others. I believe we will be the 6th in the state of Missouri to form our own police department. This is a direction that the school board wanted to take. They thought it was best for our kids to help keep them safe and secure. And so they asked if I would facilitate the transition, which I was more than happy to do. And I'm proud to say that that is done. The department is official, and it'll be operational for the first day of the school year.
Yeah, well, I mean, 6th in the state. I mean, there's a lot of school districts in the state. So Neosho is really kind of pioneering this in making this really one of the safest choices for a school in Missouri, isn't it?
We're at the forefront, yes, sir.
Well, hey, that's awesome. So as we go into this new school year, are there any new policies or is there anything that you just want parents to know as we get going in this new school year?
There are no new policies or anything like that. I just want parents to know that safety of our kids and our staff is our number one priority. And my staff and I will make sure that we do everything in our power to ensure their safety.
All right. Well, hey, we've been speaking today with Ryan West, and so he's chief of police for Neosho School District, and so he's going to be watching over all the students here and making sure they're all safe, and so he's the guy we wanted to let you know about. Hey, Ryan, we appreciate your time, and thanks for joining us here on KNEO.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Don't go anywhere. We have an interview with Tiffany Jordon about Saturday's Children's Business Fair. Stick around for that. Hey there, 4 states. This is Luke Taylor, and welcome to the KNEO Community Connection. We have on the phone with us Tiffany Jordon, and she has organized an event in the Goodman area. This is going to be a great event for kids that's coming up this weekend. And so, hey, Tiffany, thanks for joining us to talk to us about it.
Hello, it's good to be here.
Yeah, so there's something called the Children's Business Fair. It looks like it's the second one you all have held. And so tell us what this event is all about.
Well, what it is we've set up this business fair for kids. We want them to work and create items to sell. We like for them to use their own 2 hands to make things and then bring them to our business fair, and they have a safe place to sell them to the community. We've had everything from rocks to baked goods, anything you can think of, but we just ask that kids be creative and do the majority of the work on their own without their parents' help.
Okay, so if they want to participate in this and sell the items there, they need to already be working on those things?
Yes. We have a link, and you can sign up there. That way we know what to expect and how many tables we'll need and stuff like that. But, yeah, you can still sign up, but we do ask that you've already been working on things.
Okay, and where is this located down there in Goodman?
It's at 233 East Garner Street on Goodman, in the Goodman Community Building. It's right next to the Goodman Ballpark.
Oh, okay, right there by the ballpark. So, yeah, okay, that's where people can find it. It's going to be on July the 28th. It's from 5 to 7. And what are some of the values or some of the knowledge that you think kids are going to gain from this experience?
Well, we're hoping that, they'll be inspired to start a business. When they sign up, they do have to fill out like a little business plan. It's just a few simple questions to kind of get them thinking about, where am I going to get the money? How am I going to know if I was successful at the end of this? And stuff like that. And then, like I said, we don't really want them to just buy things like candy bars to resell. We want them to make things with their own two hands and really learn the value of working with their hands. Mm-hmm. And we're hoping that we inspire them and they walk away, rewarded with money. And we hope that they've gained some business skills, such as like organization and also just connecting with people, learning how to sell things. That's a life skill that they'll have forever.
Right. Yeah. Life skills right there. So it looks like this is open for kids 8 to 18, and they don't necessarily have to be Goodman kids to join.
No, we have kids from all over. We even have kids coming from Northwest Arkansas this time.
Okay. Well, and this is the second year. What was last year's event like?
So we didn't do it. Last year we did it in 2021, so we skipped a year.
Oh, okay.
But we had 30 booths. I left it open for 30 signups, and we had that filled within 24 hours. And I was kind of worried that we wouldn't have that many shoppers, but we had over 200 shoppers that day.
Wow.
So I'm hoping we can do the same now, because the kids will be disappointed if no one's there to shop, And it doesn't cost a lot. Most of the things cost $1, $2 at the most. So you can come with $20 in your pocket and buy from almost every single booth. Mm-hmm. We did have a leather worker last time that his were a little bit more expensive, but he did great, just as good as anyone else. Mm-hmm. We need the community's involvement just to support our kids.
Well, it is kind of a way of investing in that next generation because, if kids aren't taught these things, then, they think, oh, well, if I need something, I just go to Walmart and it's on the shelf, and they never think about where those things came from. And so an experience like this, it helps, just kind of instill in them that, people have to make things and people put their skills to use, and you can have skills, so you can be a part of that. Right.
We're hoping that they can find skills that they didn't know they had, or skills they don't even know that, they'll need in the future. So that's kind of our goal, is just really inspire them. And like you said, they're our future.
So the event, again, it's going to be July 28th, and this is from 5 to 7 on that day. And so if kids want to sign up to join in on this, it looks like the website is childrensbusinessfair.org/Goodman. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so people can go and find that out. And you also have a Facebook page where people can go to find out more information. And and if you don't have kids, or if your kids aren't the right age for it, it's probably just great to come visit, even if they aren't selling something there, but to come visit and buy things, and you can still be part of the experience. And adults can come and help support that if they want to come buy some things as well.
Then we'd appreciate it. We need all the help we can get.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds like it's a popular event, and I hope you have another great year. We've been speaking today with Tiffany Jordon about the second Children's Business Fair that's going to be in Goodman. And hey, Tiffany, thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having us.
One more conversation to share with you today. We talked to Nick Myers about the annual watermelon feed at Big Spring Park. It comes next week on Tuesday, and so we'll have that for you right after this.
Are you walking in everything God has for you? Hi, I'm Pastor Gary Culp, and I'd like to invite you to check out the Exceedingly Abundant Ministries podcast, available from the Sky High Podcast Network. This 30-minute weekly Bible study will give you time to grow spiritually and get to know God and His Word on a deeper level. God has more in store for you than you ever realized. Listen to Exceedingly Abundant Ministries today and learn about how God can do more with your life than you ever imagined.
We have on the phone with us right now Nick Myers, and he is the chairman of the Newton County Republican Central Committee and also a local CPA. And so he's going to be telling us about an event that's going to be coming up at Big Spring Park in Neosho on August the 1st. But first, hey, Nick, thanks for being with us on the Community Connection.
Well, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to get to talk to you. There's an event that I think if it's not annual, it's pretty regular that we all have this watermelon feed in Big Spring Park in Neosho. And so that's coming up here pretty soon. What would you want to tell everybody about it?
Well, it is an annual watermelon feed, and it's hosted, or actually co-hosted, by the Newton County Republican Central Committee and the Republican Women of Newton County. Those two groups come together for at least over the last 20 years to do an annual watermelon feed where candidates and office holders can get to meet the public, and the public can get to meet them. And we have a big election coming up in 24, so we've got a lot of open seats, and so we're going to do an off-year candidate presentation, where next year we'll be right before, in 24, we'll be right before the Republican primary, and we'll be doing this again, but all the candidates will be known at that time.
Yeah, but it's important for people to know about who's going to be running, who's planning to run, and to get to hear from them ahead of time. And I'm sure the candidates and the speakers, they're all also glad for the opportunity to hear from the people and hear what's important to the people.
Yes, well, that's right. So not only will they be speaking from the stage, we're focusing on statewide candidates here. So the statewide candidates will have 3 minutes to speak to the crowd, but probably more important in that is that before and after those presentations, they'll be in the crowd themselves talking to people one-on-one as they enjoy free watermelon and free ice water at the event. That's why we call it the watermelon feed. Those are all free. Well, we have CEI has helped us with that in the past, and they are again this year with the watermelon and the water.
Oh, okay. Well, so that is going to be coming up, and this is just going to be a really good opportunity for people to hear about what candidates are running for and why they're running, and just to help kind of keep people up to date on what are some of the big issues going on in politics right now, and what are some of these seats? What's the importance of knowing who could be holding these seats? And so they're going to get 3 minutes to speak per person?
Right, 3 minutes per person, and our timekeeper will be Judge Greg Strimmel from Neosho, actually the 40th Circuit, which is Newton and McDonald County. So they'll have 3 minutes, and we'll be doing that in office order and alphabetical order, with the exception that incumbents will have the ability to speak last. And right now, for the first time since the 1860s, Republicans hold all the statewide offices in the state of Missouri. But one thing also that's a little different, other than Republicans holding all the statewide offices, is that there's no elected incumbent running for a Missouri executive office that has been elected to that office. So, for example, the governor is term limited, so he's not running again.
Right.
And the lieutenant governor and the secretary of state have announced they're running for governor. So the lieutenant governor doesn't have an incumbent running. And then the secretary of state doesn't have a incumbent running because he's running for governor. And that's Jay Ashcroft, who will be at the watermelon feed in the governor's section of the program. Then we have the treasurer, who is currently appointed, and he's running, but he's never been elected the treasurer yet. And same instance with the attorney general, Andrew Bailey. He was appointed attorney general. He's never been elected attorney general, but he's running to be elected as such. So,
okay.
So it's a little different. Now, that we do have one incumbent, not in the Missouri executive office, but a statewide office, United States Senator Josh Hawley, who's running for re-election to that office. So we've invited him. We don't have a firm answer one way or the other yet as to whether he's coming. But what we're going to be focusing on are these Missouri executive offices as far as candidates go. So if Senator Hawley comes, then he would be speaking as the U.S. Senator at that event.
Right.
So we're going to do this on Tuesday, August the 1st at 6:30 p.m., and that's going to be in Big Spring Park. Most people in Neosho or the area know where that is, but it's at 308 West Spring Street in Neosho, the most scenic municipal park in the state of Missouri, in my opinion. We've, like I said, done that for over 20 years there. And in the case of rain, we will go to the Lampo building, so we won't cancel the meeting. But over the 20-plus years, I can recall we've only had a rain out one time when we went to the Civic at that point, but that's been quite a while ago. So should be a good event. Most people have fun. There's plenty of room in Big Spring Park. What you need to do is bring your friends, your family, and your lawn chairs if you want to sit down, because we are not providing seating. So bring your lawn chairs, because the program will last probably somewhere in the neighborhood of an hour to an hour and a half. So should be a fun time. And even though it's hot out there, it's usually about 10 degrees cooler in Big Spring Park, especially when the shadow comes over the hill there, and there's cool breeze that comes off of the spring and the cave there, and so we hope everybody will come on out.
Yeah, it is a hot time of year, but let's hope that it's that there's no rain that night, and also that it's not too hot and just a good, pleasant time. And so again, we encourage people to come. So you get a free watermelon, and you do need to bring your own lawn chairs, and but you'll get some free watermelon and a drink. You get to hear from a lot of speakers. I didn't realize that about all the turnover going on in those state offices. So there'll be some new blood out there, some fresh voices to hear from, and that's going to be at 6:30 on August 1st. And one more thing we'll mention is people have a chance to win a few prizes and take some things home, don't they?
That's right. We have a quiz that we do. You don't have to have the right answer, but there's about 4 or 5 quiz questions that serve as a entry to a drawing for some prizes. And you don't have to be present to win, but if you are present to win, if your name gets called first, you have first choice, and then so forth. So our prizes include Josh Hawley's latest book, Manhood, the Masculine Virtues, American Needs. And the second prize is the $10 Chick-fil-A gift card, and then another prize is 22 ammo. So if your name is called first, you get your choice of which prize you take first. Yeah, that'll take place at the conclusion of the annual free watermelon feast.
That is coming up this weekend, Tuesday, August 1st. It's a Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. at the Big Spring Park in Neosho. And yeah, I think about everyone knows where that is, so they should be able to find it. But we've been speaking today with Nick Myers, and he's the chairman of the Newton County Republican Central Committee. And this event's also put on with the Republican Women of Newton County. And so thank you to them. Thank you to Nick. And we appreciate your time today, sir.
Thank you, Luke. Good to talk to you.